Remember when Eddie Cibrian mucked about on his wife of 8 years, Brandi Glanville, with singer Leanne Rimes? I do. It was 1998. Armageddon premiered, and we got that iconic love song, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Speaking of iconic songs, Brandi and Monica gave us The Boy Is Mine. Titanic was the first film to make $1 billion doll hairs in the box office. And Three Deep's song Into You off their upcoming album, Yes, 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 No, 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 made it to number 46 on Canadian charts. Didn't chart in America, though. It was also when Three Deep's own Eddie Cibrian started dating model Brandi Glanville. Apparently, 25-year-old Eddie had met 26-year-old Brandi a few years earlier through the LA club scene. A year after reconnecting, Eddie asked for Brandi's hand in marriage on New Year's Eve 1999 with a 3-carat diamond ring. Not a bad way to face the end of the world as we knew it, I guess. The pair got hitched on May 12, 2001 in California. Look at them, so happy, so in love. They welcomed their first fetal collab, Mason, on June 8, 2003. That would make him 22 now. I know, it freaked me out too. And then they welcomed their second collab, Jake, on April 7, 2007. And then, in March 2009, Us Weekly broke the news that Eddie had been involved in another collaboration, this time of the philandering kind, with none other than country music wunderkind herself, Leanne Rimes. The 26-year-old singer had met Eddie on the set of their Lifetime movie, Northern Lights. She was doing a little philandering of her own, stepping out on her husband of 7 years, Dean Charmay. As for Brandi and Eddie, it turns out that while this affair might have been the first one made public, it was not Eddie's first rodeo. Get it? Because Leanne's a country singer? Anyway, Brandi alleges that while filming his 2005 movie The Cave in Romania, Eddie slept with co-star Piper Perabo, who coincidentally starred in Coyote Ugly with Leanne Rimes. Go figure. Eddie vehemently denies these claims. But then in 2006, he started hooking up with a 21-year-old waitress at a private members-only cigar lounge in Beverly Hills. I believe you might have heard of her. Sheena Shea. Of course, back then, she would have gone by Sheena Marie Jenkin. Sheena claimed that she had no idea that Eddie was married because he didn't wear a wedding ring and that this was pre-social media. The internet did exist, though, Sheena. You could search for people online. People who were on TV shows like Sunset Beach, Baywatch, and The Young and the Restless. I'm sure you would have found some things about him. The two began what she endearingly refers to as a weekly booty call at the end of 2006, which would mean that Brandi would have been very much up the spout with Jake. Now, if you're a Vanderpump Rules fan, you'll remember this all playing out across Season 4, Episode 1 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which artfully transitioned into the brand new spin-off show, Vanderpump Rules, where we watch tensions play out between Brandi and Sheena across the 2-hour crossover episode Extravaganza. Sheena still claimed all those years later that she had no idea who Eddie was. Like she never saw a 3 Deep music video. Back in 2009, when Leanne and Eddie's affair first broke, Sheena claimed that it was her mother who told her that Eddie was married and that he was expecting his second child with Brandi. But Eddie told Sheena that he was separated, and she said, and I quote, "I just wanted to believe what he was saying. I was just kind of like, don't ask, don't tell. Whatever, let's have a great summer. When you're with me, you're with me. When you're not, we'll just do our own thing." At the end of the day, though, Eddie would go home to his wife and kids, which was weird since they were separated, and Sheena would get sad because she wanted him all to herself. Nevertheless, she continued on with the affair for years. And yes, you did hear me right. Years. To the point where she was also bamboozled by the news of Eddie's affair. She was like, what the heck? We were just together 2 weeks ago. When asked if she was hurt by this, Sheena said, I mean, he cheated with me. He would cheat on me. Can you be cheated on if you're the side piece? Years later, Sheena's memories seemed to be a little hazy on the details as her new tell-all claims that it was a patron at the cigar bar who told her that Eddie was married. She now claims that when she confronted him about being lawfully wedded, he said, no, that's insane. Why would you ask me that? Because you were married, Eddie. Sheena probably should have Googled that 2009 interview before writing the tell-all, though, but we know how she hates looking stuff up. She also divulged that karma did indeed come back to bite her when her husband, Brock Davies, cheated on her 4 years ago while she was pregnant with their daughter. Of course, she decided to hold on to that little tidbit of information while spending the entire last season of Vanderpump Rules ripping into her supposed bestie, Ariana Madix, about being transparent and how they're all on the show to be honest about their lives. But I digress. Brandi and Eddie actually separated a few months after the cheating heard around the world, and he moved in with Leanne. Their divorce was finalized in October of 2010. She was obviously very unhappy with Eddie, but also with Leanne, who said she pretended to be her friend while sleeping with her husband. She was also pretty annoyed at the fact that Leanne showed no remorse. And she didn't. Still doesn't. She says that she doesn't like the word regret, but that she does wish that she handled the situation differently. Since her breakup with Eddie, Brandi has apparently been linked to Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, Ben Stiller, Gerard Butler, Kat Cora, Carlton Jabia, Theo Vaughn, Jordan Davies, and Denise Richards, but I'm not getting into any of those, and they're all alleged. As for Eddie and Leanne, I wouldn't give them their own video. Do you even know me? Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked this one. If you did, please save it and send it to your friends. You can even click that little copy link button if you want. It really does help spread the good word of the cult. And don't forget to follow me over on the gram and the tube of the U just in case. Also, don't forget that we have stickers, a bookmark, and a pin if you want to show off your allegiance to the cult. You can find that in my profile. Good day. May the cult be with you.